On the 19th of March 2020, as the COVID-19 pandemic hit the United Kingdom, Elizabeth moved to Windsor Castle and sequestered there as a precaution. Public engagements were cancelled and Windsor Castle followed a strict sanitary protocol nicknamed HMS Bubble. On the 5th of April, in a televised broadcast watched by an estimated 24 million viewers in the UK, she asked people to take comfort that while we may have more still to endure, better days will return. We will be with our friends again. We will be with our families again. We will meet again. On the 8th of May, the 75th anniversary of Way Day, in a television broadcast at 9 p.m., the exact time at which her father George VI had broadcast to the nation on the same day in 1945. She asked people to never give up, never despair. In October, she visited the UK's Defence Science and Technology Laboratory in Wiltshire, her first public engagement since the start of the pandemic. On the 4th of November, she appeared masked for the first time in public, during a private pilgrimage to the tomb of the unknown warrior at Westminster Abbey, to mark the centenary of his burial. In 2021, she received her first and second COVID-19 vaccinations in January and April respectively. Prince Philip died on the 9th of April 2021, after 73 years of marriage, making Elizabeth the first British monarch to reign as a widow or widower since Queen Victoria. She was reportedly at her husband's bedside when he died, and remarked in private that his death had left a huge void. Due to the COVID-19 restrictions in place in England at the time, Elizabeth sat alone at Philip's funeral service, which evoked sympathy from people around the world. In her Christmas broadcast that year, which was ultimately her last, she paid a personal tribute to her beloved Philip, saying, "That mischievous, inquiring twinkle was as bright at the end as when I first set eyes on him." Despite the pandemic, Elizabeth attended the 2021 state opening of Parliament in May, and the 47th G7 summit in June. On the 5th of July, the 73rd anniversary of the founding of the UK's National Health Service, she announced that the NHS would be awarded the George Cross to recognise all NHS staff, past and present, across all disciplines and all 4 nations. In October 2021, she began using a walking stick during public engagements for the first time since her operation in 2004, following an overnight stay in hospital on the 20th of October. Her previously scheduled visits to Northern Ireland, the COP26 summit in Glasgow, and the 2021 National Service of Remembrance were cancelled on health grounds. On Christmas Day 2021, while she was staying at Windsor Castle, 19-year-old Jaswant Singh Cheel broke into the gardens using a rope ladder and carrying a crossbow, with the aim of assassinating Elizabeth in revenge for the Amritsar massacre. Before he could enter any buildings, he was arrested and detained under the Mental Health Act. In 2023, he pled guilty to attempting to injure or alarm the sovereign.